Okay. All right. I want to kind of tell my people the scenario.
Mhm.
Hey guys, this is my family. This is a daughter. She's 15. This is Dad. This is Ray. This is Leanne, and she's the mom. Um, what we're kind of going to talk about today is that Dad has retired from the Army, and he has recently got out of jail for drug use. So the parents are separated. And currently due to Dad's PTSD, and he has hit Mom on several occasions. Mom has some health issues of her own, high blood pressure, and some more stuff going on. So she's unable to take care of herself because of the sick child who epilepsy. So a child is the only child and used to having all the attention and has behavioral problems at school, but also feels like she can't speak to herself because her parents talk over her. So now we're starting.
Start now.
Yeah, well, no, we good. Okay. All right. So I'm Lauren. I'm your counselor for today. Just want to let y'all know that everything you say in here is totally private, unless it deals with child abuse or adult abuse, homicide, suicide thoughts, anything like that. I do have to report that. So other than that, we are good to go. So what brings y'all in today?
Well, Ray, upon his return
Mhm.
to the home and the community, things have seemed to have gotten worse with Courtney. She seems sadder and angrier than ever, and we just are at wit's end. We want to know how to help and what to do, and we don't always get it right. But we were just looking for somebody to turn us in the right direction. Is that
Yes,
a good description?
Okay.
That's good.
Well, Courtney, can you what do you think? What do you think brings you here today? Like, why are you here?
Um,
And be honest.
my dad's a druggie
Mhm.
and doesn't care about the family.
Do y'all do you agree with that?
No, I really love her. She's a good girl, and I
Mhm.
want her to be a positive. But I have such a hard time controlling things,
Right.
and I need to get my life straightened out first.
Okay. Okay.
On lots of things.
I got it. Now, Courtney, where do you live? Are you living with Mom?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you like staying there?
Sure.
Okay. Do y'all get along for the most part at home?
Well, she's a beautiful child and so sweet, but she's been angry, and I get on her nerves all the time, and
She takes that after her mother.
that's harsh. It's been a hard time. Oh,
No.
well, she tried living with him.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
How did that work out?
Not great.
Want to elaborate, Ray?
Oh, well, I guess we just we butt heads quite a bit. We're a lot alike
Mhm.
in many ways, and I'm afraid she's going to end up in the same path I have chosen.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I understand. What about these behaviors at school? What do you see that's different?
She's acting out more from the school reports, which I understand, but we're getting a lot of letters home and questions about medications and things like that.
Mhm.
We don't feel like there's any need for her to take more medication. We
Mhm.
just want to know what the root of the problem is and what we need to do differently to try to help.
Okay.
She receives help from a program in the
Mhm.
home, offers nursing visits and things, and some of that has been cut out and now is being provided only at my house. So a lot of changes going on here recently, and I admit we're, as parents, not dealing with them the best that we could.
Okay. Was there ever a time where you didn't notice these behaviors with Courtney?
It's gotten worse in the last 6 months.
6 months.
Um,
So, what's happened in the past 6 months, Courtney, that you can think of that you think started, some behaviors that your mom and dad speak about in the school?
Well, Dad left. He was in jail, and I felt like mom was,
I'm overbearing. I know it.
She also tends to micromanage things, you know.
We didn't mean to talk over you again. We're
Yeah.
bad for that.
Yeah, let's go on, Courtney.
um, I've been having headaches and they get bad, so I take medicine to help, but mom's not listening to me whenever I tell her that my head hurts. Um, and she doesn't believe that it's real.
Do you think that, I mean, do you feel as though like Courtney can tell her, tell, since she's 15, what's going on, or I mean,
I'll admit that sometimes I think the headaches are to avoid going to school. She hates it this year. With her health problems, kids are cruel and mean. I've been out there. I've talked to teachers and staff, and they can't always control those things. Makes me angry and upset, and I know that she has to go to school or they're gonna come visit the house.
right,
So
right,
I'm kind of in a catch-22 there.
okay,
I know that her head often hurts, but sometimes it seems like, that it's more of a stress sort of situation with kids being so cruel. But I don't mean to make her feel like I don't believe her. It's just a difficult situation.
right. And have you asked her, does your head really hurt, or are you kind of like brushing it off, or?
Probably don't phrase it quite like that. So that, I think maybe my approach definitely can use some work.
Right. How, I mean, when your head does hurt, do you feel like you would tell your mom, or is it not worth telling her? I mean, how do you feel when your head does hurt? And, you know, actually, like, let's do it how you would tell your mom right now. Y'all kind of act out how my head hurts and how the kind of situation would be. Do y'all feel comfortable doing that?
I don't tell her anymore because she doesn't believe me. I used to tell her that my head would hurt, but she didn't believe me, so I just stopped. So I've snuck the headache medicine, and I just take it.
Okay. So
I didn't know that.
Oh, so this is new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, does the medication get rid of your headaches?
For a small amount of time, it does.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's act it out as though, since you're hearing all this, and if, since it can be different, how would you do the approach? Like, let's say a week from now, she wakes up, has a headache, and she comes to you about it. How would you approach it now that you know? You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all do that for me?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Courtney, it's 7:20. We have to leave at 7:30. It's time to go. We got to get you to school, and I've got to get to work. Are you ready? Have you eaten breakfast? Are you feeling okay?
I tell her that my head hurts.
Mm-hmm.
My head hurts.
Courtney, you've been up for 30 minutes. Like, you could have mentioned this before now. We really got to get going. You missed 2 days last week and 3 the week before. Are you sick to your stomach? Is there...
Not right now, but my head hurt.
Okay.
This is hard. Because my head doesn't hurt right now, so
okay.
I don't really know how to describe it. Yeah.
Right.
Have you taken any? Maybe we should take some medicine. Maybe we should find that medicine and give it a few minutes to work and see if it helps.
But you can only miss like 30 days of school. You're almost there, only halfway through the year.
Okay, I hear you.
You want to try the medicine?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll wait. We can be a few minutes late.
Okay. So, that went well, but as I'm thinking back after seeing this, I'm thinking back to what your mom said about school and, people, your classmates and stuff like that. Do you feel that way? Because I know your mom said that, but is that how you feel when you go to school?
When I go to school, I feel like everyone kind of keeps their distance, only because if I did have a seizure and fell on the floor, I guess so they wouldn't have to help me,
Mhm.
or they wouldn't be nearby.
So you just feel out of place.
So it's just weird. I just feel like I don't really fit in because no one wants to be around me.
Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We've never heard her say that.
Does that kind of, yeah,
Helps a lot.
yeah. Well, why don't we try this? So I think there's a communication barrier, definitely.
Agree with that.
Yeah, I think that, you know, y'all are y'all are good at knowing your dog, because I mean you said it too about the school and stuff like that, and Courtney agreed. um I think what we could kind of do until our next session would be, medically wise, write down her headaches and stuff and see, yeah, when they are occurring and what days, what times are they occurring and stuff. And, you can always go to the doctor with that, and, they can always switch up the medicine and see how much medicine she is taking. I know it sounds kind of like it's being babied or something, but it may, for your sake, it may be helpful for your mom to kind of, you know, control your medication. That way, you don't have that responsibility, and you can focus kind of like on if you do have a headache or not, if the medicine is working. You know what I mean? I think also, when you go to school and stuff, if these things are happening, you can also try journaling. I mean, write it down and see, kind of come up with things that you would think of to keep your mind off of that, because I mean, teenagers will be teenagers. I think, I'm sure you're not the only one getting picked on at school or anything like that. Do you see other people getting picked on who don't have seizures, and
Yeah,
some? So, and do you have anyone at school that you talk to, a friend, or do you have any support system at the school that you're in?
I mean, I guess Kayla.
Okay, that's at least you. Do y'all know Kayla? Have you ever? Okay.
She lives in our neighborhood.
Oh, good, good, good. So, try that. Try talking with Kayla and writing things down, and kind of try that out for a week. And she may be lacking some attention at home. There's been a lot of changes with the past 6 months. So I think, Mom, she is 15.
Let her talk.
What things can you think of that you can do in order for her to have more responsibility as a 15-year-old? Like.
We looked into support groups for kids with epilepsy that are in the mainstream school system, but that suggestion wasn't what she wasn't interested in that, and I understand. So,
Okay.
I think maybe just look for different ways to support her, particularly since school seems to be the big issue.
Okay. All right. What do you think, Dad, that you can kind of do to improve your relationship with your daughter since you've been absent for?
Well, I think I can do some things to build trust, spend more time with her, listen more and criticize less, and offer less advice, maybe just listen.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely work on that. I mean, I think that's an awesome, strength to have, really, to be able to listen, because that's probably what she's really wanting. Um, Courtney, you think, like, when does your mom really get on you a lot? Like when you come home from school, or when you wake up, or is there sometimes greater than the others?
Mornings are really bad, and when I get home from school is really bad. Those are probably the worst.
Okay, so what would an ideal morning be like for you to not wake up and be just annoyed by your mom? Like how would you picture that? Like a good morning wake up.
If when she come to wake me up, she wouldn't ask me so many questions.
Mhm.
Like if I took my seizure medicine or what I want for breakfast, if are the lights bothering me, how do I feel, and then just nagging me about getting ready for school.
Mhm. So to do things like just more on your own without the constant do this, do that. Okay. So Mom, you might want to try that one morning, you know, and do try that. And when you let me kind of journal, if you could journal how that goes, that would be awesome. Like I'm sure you don't want to write in a book every day or anything, but if you want to, that, see how that goes. But definitely let me know how that morning goes, and we'll kind of, just scale it out on 1 to 10, 1 being that did not work, and 10 being, I kind of like how that worked.
Can I
Yeah, sure.
You know your mom does that because she loves you, right?
Yeah.
And she needs, so some of those things she really needs to have the answers to. So if we try it your way, and we can measure some success, that'll be great. But if we can't, you do understand that she needs to know the answers to those questions.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Will we meet again?
Yes, we'll meet again 2 weeks, and we'll kind of see how everything goes, and remember what we talked about, and I look forward to hearing about everything. Courtney, I just want to let you know that I can kind of see that your parents do just care a lot about you, and parents can be overwhelming. I mean, I'm 31 years old, and my parents are still, where are you at? What you doing? What time you going to be home? Did you eat today? Do you have groceries? I mean, it's all the time, and it's probably more with girls than it is. I have a brother, and they don't really ask him that. So just know that it can be a lot, but
Comes from a good place.
yeah, yeah. So just let's meet back 2 weeks. Let me know how it goes, and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay.
All right, guys.
I like that idea.
Thank y'all for coming in.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Looking forward to
y'all.
some progress.
Bye, Courtney.
All right.
Hope everything goes well.